be poor. I don't want to be poor. Brandon, do you want to be poor?
I've thought about it, and I don't think that's going to be an option for me.
I don't think it's an option for me either. And those of you out there that don't want to be poor, quit thinking that you do want to be poor when you don't want to be poor, and be a digital investor. I think that was pretty good, Brandon. Should we record that and just replay it?
Let's take that snippet.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
It was pretty good. Welcome to Not Poor Radio. 100% not being poor content. 1 hour of the day. 6 days a week. Well, I guess they could replay it over and over.
As they probably would.
Yeah, then it's 24 hours a day, 19 days a week. Which is the amount of days they take off over at Singularity Net. Brandon!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So, what's going on?
Every day, something new, right? Every day, something new.
Do we have any housekeeping?
Yeah, we could walk through that. Why every day when I wake up at like 5 a.m. or whatever, I wake up at 5 a.m. The markets are doing good. Then like we get like weird job numbers.
What came out today?
Well, you had the jobs here. No, I don't know if it was. I don't know what it was. I lose track of all their fake numbers because they're fake now, right? They're completely fake. But the big headline that I saw was, and I don't know why this matters, but apparently it's interesting. Foreign-born workers gained 635,000 jobs in August. Native-born workers lost 1.3 million in August. Anyway, so
what is it? Is that part of the? This is part of the greater thing about politicizing jobs numbers. Is that what we're doing now? Getting ready for the election?
Yeah, I guess. It's just for us. Well, these jobs reports come out, and we know they're all garbage. We know the numbers are fake.
Well, not only that, the downward revision is around 90,000 a month on the average.
Yeah, it's just so basically we got 50,000 jobs in.
Yeah, we got like 55,000.
Right. Which that's, as it turns out, if I'm looking at numbers on a number sheet, that's worse than 142,000. So
it is worse. Okay,
anyway,
let me tell you. So I went to Hollywood. I went to Hollywood, the Horror Nights, right?
Yeah.
And I've been like 7 years in a row, so I know what to expect in terms of lines and crowds and all that. It was one third of what it's been. We waited. As fast as we could go from maze to maze across that goddamn park, we would just walk straight up to the front, straight up to the front, straight up to the front. There was no big lines piled up. Like last year, the mazes would typically have between 3 and some of them 4 hours wait time.
Holy cow.
The most I saw last night was 60 minutes, and that was on the weekend. The weekend, his maze. That one specific maze. Everything else, 25 minutes.
Really?
35 minutes. And that's for the regular. That's for the speed. The express line was immediate. Immediate to the front. I've never seen it like that. And we were going on the escalators. My buddy Aaron was like, does it seem like no one showed up? I'm like, yeah.
That's like, weird. Dude,
personal savings, 2.9%, lowest since, the great not financial crisis. I mean, people don't have disposable income right now.
No, they don't. That's why you see, I think, even when you watch the Google Trends, nobody's searching for Bitcoin or anything either because they don't have extra money to be blowing on speculative assets. It's interesting. Different times.
And yet, people still got evaporated for $5 billion in August in gambling. But you know what? No matter what, during a recession, gambling doesn't stop. porn doesn't stop and alcohol doesn't stop. People still get drunk, they get high, they get inebriated, they gamble, because all that's left is some like thin kind of Hail Marys. They throw a Ben Gortzel. That's the new Hail Mary. They throw an ASI. And so, but it is, I saw it at first I was like, well, maybe, I'm like, no, this is the food stands were more approachable because people just weren't getting stuff. Like it was very weird. It was, I walked right up, got a butter beer, didn't have to get in line. A butter beer.
Who doesn't love a good butter beer?
Oh, man.
I heard they're pretty good. Is it like the ones that I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland or anything, but is it like the ones there?
Well, it's from the Harry Potter thing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
It's like a butterscotch. It's the best way I could describe it is it's like a butterscotchy cream soda with like a vanilla cream on top. Yep. It tastes like if you took baby Jesus and bit into his neck and drank his neck blood, it tastes like that. Smooth and delicious.
Quick walkthrough really quickly, because I think a lot of people either are, I don't know. It's very simple. So Node Market we've set up in a way that's fairly intuitive. So up here we have our orders where we can buy some and leave. Down here we have our orders. When you hover over, it says buy and leave for USDC. If you hover down here, it says sell and leave for USDC. So for example, if I don't have any and leave in my wallet here and I want to buy some, the cheapest that I can get and leave for is 5 cents. It looks like this guy has an order of 150,000 and leave, and I can buy it for 5 cents. The total is going to cost me 7,500, and I'm going to walk you through that in a second. Again, if I wanted to sell some of my, or if I wanted to buy and leave or sell some and leave, I could go down here and take one of these orders. It looks like the highest offer for and leave, so we're getting pretty close to the offer buy spread. Some guy is offering 4.5 cents. So if I wanted to sell 11,111.11 and leave, I could sell it right here for 4.5 cents. Now, let's say I wanted to buy this and leave. It actually pops up and explains everything. And the only reason I'm going through is this. Somebody said, I went to buy it for 2.5 cents and it didn't buy it for 2.5 cents. I'm like, well, there hasn't been an order for 2.5 cents for a while, but it explains. Okay, so this is the price per token. It explains it very clearly. You're paying 5 cents USDC. It looks like I'm getting 150,000 and leave. The total price. So I'm going to spend $7,500. Okay. It walks through every single part of this. If you read through this screen, and then I can go ahead and fill this order. Okay. And now if I wanted to sell some and leave, I could go click on this. I'm going to sell it for 4 cents. So it says I will receive $1,000, and that's how much you will receive. The only thing you're going to pay is a little gas fee. Remember, the person who listed this is the one paying the 2.5%. So if you're filling one of these orders, you don't pay 2.5%. You get what it says here. So if I filled this, I would get $1,000 in my wallet. Okay.
You mean where it says you receive?
Oh yeah, it seems pretty clear, but apparently not clear enough. So when I go to buy this, I am going to spend $7,500, but I am going to get 150,000 and leave
because you receive.
Yes. So now if there's an order that doesn't, like if it's not anything that I like, let's say I want to offer, let's say I want to offer 4.7 cents, because this guy's selling for 5, and I'm like, I think I can get him to come down to 4.7. So what I would do is I would go and I would fill this out 0.47. I would say, you know what? I want that 150,000. Okay. This guy's got 150,000. So I want 150,000. So I'm going to put that in and I'm going to hit buy and leave. Okay. And what that's going to do, it's going to walk me through it. So it's going to be like, I want to buy 150,000. The total price is going to be here. I'm actually going to receive a little less than 150,000 because that 2.5% fee actually comes out of what I get. So that's how that works. So then the same thing, if I wanted to, sell some of my end leave and I wanted to sell it and meet some guy at 4.7 cents, I would come in here and put that. And let's say this guy, I want to meet here in the middle. So 1.11.11 for whatever reason, I would hit sell and leave, and then it kind of walks through and that's my order. So I'm going to list it, and then I'm going to create the listing. And basically, essentially, I'll receive a little less than the total price because the 2.5% comes out of here. And it even explains that if you hit this question mark, it even explains it. the 2.5% fee is applied to listings that are successfully filled. So when that thing is filled, I get the $522.22 minus 2.5%, which equals $509.16. Anyway, hopefully that's pretty clear. Pretty simple here. And even when you hover over things like buy and leave, yeah, sell and leave. So anyway, go ahead.
I think a lot of it is that on some of the exchanges, usually they autofill a bunch of stuff and all that kind of stuff. And also, exchanges are not peer-to-peer. You're dealing with an exchange. You're not really dealing with other people. Even if you look at an order that's on there, that's through the exchange on an exchange's balance sheet. You're not actually taking anything other than electrons that they swap on a ledger, a non-decentralized ledger. So just understand, you're actually doing business with another human, at least until AI starts buying and investing in crypto, with a peer-to-peer exchange. That's not the way it works on a centralized exchange, which doesn't mean centralized exchanges are terrible. It's just different. We don't do custody. There's no pool of tokens sitting at Node Market. Doesn't exist. Node Market doesn't even have pencils. We don't have pencils.
We don't have spreadsheets. We don't have pencils. Well, I have a spreadsheet for other reasons, but
right? But we don't custody tokens. We have nothing. There's even a song. I got nothing. Anyway, the point is, centralized exchanges do have something. They have hot and cold wallets. They have a ton of tokens, and during the day, well, at certain intervals, they reconcile. But essentially, they do tons of back and forth transactions. They take the net, and they reconcile it. And then they may bring tokens from a cold wallet up to a hot wallet and then do a final, like if there's a withdrawal. But if you don't withdraw tokens, nothing actually happens on the exchange. They just go, Alice gave these to Bob. -1 Alice, +1 Bob. So here, you're making a smart contract agreement to either give or get something in real time. It's just different, man. So read everything. Read it. Take your time. Don't have yourself a big old fat thumb. See, I got a skinny thumb. I don't fat thumb anything.
So if you don't see your end leave, you would just go copy the contract address over here is one way, and then you just go add. You scroll down and you go import token, add custom token, paste the address right here, and that'll pop up. And then you go next, and it would add it to your thing. The other option is if you go down to Node Market, we have a token index, and you go to and leave and add to MetaMask. That will pop up your MetaMask.
You did all the work.
And it will add it. It's even easier. So add token. So it's so cool, man. We did a lot of stuff over here. Anyway, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's it. That's all we got for today.
Are we allowed to talk about? Were you sworn to a vow of silence after yesterday's conversations, or is there anything we can talk about?
No, I think so. I have one more meeting on that. I think let's wait a little bit on that.
Yeah. Anyway, good things. Here's what I can say. A cool thing is happening in the hypercycle ecosystem. And I won't say more than that until the technical guys have done their technical stuff. Bam. Okay. Brandon, what do you got?
That's it.
Ooh, look at those robot owls.
I know. AI generated.
Oh, snap. Okay. If we don't have any more basic B questions, then perhaps we should head behind the wall. Has Neil spoken? I know he's here.
We've been hearing that for now. That's what he means. That means go behind the wall.
No, he's whining that we're not giving him more hypercycled news.
He wants the juice.
You're not getting the juice, Neil. You know what? We are going to tell the juice tomorrow. I'll probably secretly share the juice with the digital private clients.
I think we could there. I think that's a little bit different scenario.
Yep.
It's complex juice.
Wall time. Brandon, hold on. Brandon, the confusion is when you fill out a buy order for a token, the order shows up in the sell tokens area. Yes. Wait. No. When you're buying, it doesn't show up in the sell tokens area.
If I put a buy order, So basically, if I put a buy order in to buy and leave, right? So let's say 50,000, and I hit buy and leave, it's going to show up down here because somebody else is going to come fill that order and they need to sell. So what they need to see is they're going to sell their own and leave. So it's not confusing for the people that are involved in doing that part of the transaction. So your part of the transaction is you want to buy and leave, done, and then you walk away. Your order's pending. Now, somebody else is going to come along and be like, well, I need to sell and leave. So I'm going to click on that buy order that was just created, and I'm going to sell my and leave. You got to think of it from the person who's doing that part of the transaction. You don't want to see buy, and then you don't want to see buy again, because that would be confusing to the person trying to sell their and leave, just because it's okay for you. Once you set a buy order, you walk away. You're done. You set your buy order, walk away.
Bam.
Cool. We're hitting some equilibrium here. It looks like about 4.5, 5 cents is where we're at.
Pretty good. Because that's without the decks. That's without all the spammy people that are going to come in. That's without all the hype of the launch. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Well, the week leading up to the Leab token launch. So let's say we're third week in October. I don't know when the exact launch date is, but they want to get, they're planning all that stuff now. They're working on it. No, James, hold on. This is public. It's going to be interesting to see the price action leading into the actual launch. We've never been able to see, we've never really had a proxy token that we could watch into launch. Same thing we'll be able to watch in Twin. And we pretty much have a date on that. I mean, if they don't waffle, it's pretty much going to be the 26th of September. And I don't care if they get mad that I said it, but like enough is enough.
And that's good because that starts our countdown from when we can swap our N twin. We got 30 days, then we can do a swap, right?
Yep, 30 days. And in Leab, it's the same day as the launch.
Yes.
So which is kind of cool. So they hooked us up there. Leab team hooked us up. All right. And they also have an announcement cycle of a bunch of cool stuff that Twin is going to talk about. But I was like, look, at this point, the only thing people want to hear is when's the damn launch? Like, you know, this should have happened in January. So where are we at? Where are we at, bro? But they do have some actual cool stuff on the utility front and actually building of the twins and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Anyway, now, respecting Neil's call. Neil, not you, James. Although we respect the authority of the deputized status, Neil is here. Neil has spoken. Boop. Boop. Boop.
Behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the digital investors and digital private clients. If you'd like to join us, simply go to nickblacknext.com and subscribe to one of our plans and immediately take advantage of our library of tools, tactics, and information. It's all designed to help you learn, grow, and manage your portfolio like a pro. Join us now. We're going behind the proverbial wall now to continue the broadcast privately for the
even if you unclick the loop thing, once it gets started, that pesky British guy just wants to keep going.
Yeah, he's fun.